up, everyone? It is your girl GELBEAUTY 87 here, aka Grace. It's time to try out the Glamlite X Ricky and Morty collection. So as you can see, I bought the whole collection because they had a setting spray, they had a fun highlighter palette, they had a couple of lip glosses, and an eyeshadow palette. I do want to start off the video by saying though, I didn't know anything about the co-creators or the creators of the show. I've never actually watched the show Ricky and Morty, or Rick and Morty. See, I'm not even saying it right. So I didn't buy it knowing that all the stuff behind the scenes had gone on behind the scenes with the DV allegations or like the DV incidents or anything of that nature, because I know some people in Tribunal's comment section being pissed about it. So I just want to let you all know I didn't buy this knowing that one of the co-creators who could possibly profit off this was a DV assaulter, if you will. So I just wanted to put that out there now. So I didn't buy it willingly knowing that. I bought it because I like the color story of the palette, and I've never watched that show a day in my life. So just wanted to make that clear now. Now let's get into the products. So I got the highlighter trio. I figured I'd start off showing that. I tried to take all the stuff out of the box to save us some time. These highlighters just look so reflective and fun, so I was just like, yes, give it to me. So I'm gonna swatch one on each part of my hand. Ooh. So the first one I swatched was called Anomaly. It's more purple leaning, and then I got Cosmos, which seems like it's more like pinkish rose gold leaning, and then there's Uncharted, which is like the blue purple shifting one, which I don't know, I live for. It's my type of shade. Now this time my shade on my eye, not necessarily my face. So the middle one obviously is the one that works best for some of my skin tone, but I'm gonna put on all three shades, you know, we're gonna be brave or whatever and put all three shades in different parts of my face. So down the middle of my face, I'm gonna put the one that's, you know, most flattering for my skin tone, so that's gonna be Cosmos. Let's go ahead and put that on real quick just so you can see what it looks like on some of my skin tone. Sorry, I should probably close you. There you go. So yes, we're putting on Cosmos right now, and I feel like it's doing a good job of pretty much blending into my face, because I feel like I don't see a whole bunch of sparkle and shimmer, and it's just blending in nicely. So I like that they put a like your skin but better shade that rocks nicely with some of my skin tone. That's not looking reflective and crazy for people who want to be able to use this every day but still want to have some fun glitteriness to it. So that's Cosmos down the middle of my face. See my chin, cupid's bow, and nose. I didn't try to apply a whole lot just because I was like, it's the middle of the night and I'm taking all this stuff off, so we don't want to be wasting a whole bunch of product. I mean, we know I'm never going to hit pan, but that's not the point. So now we're going to try the shade Anomaly. That's like the first one I showed you with the purple reflex. So let's see how she's working. If you're curious what's on my eyes right now, I actually have on the Blend Bunny Cosmetics, what is it called? The Primal palette. It is currently 50% off, so if you're interested in grabbing it, make sure you grab it because it makes it like 21 bucks. And then you can use Karen's code and get it down even lower, which is code Cage Makeup, of course. Karen also has a code with Glamlite. If you're interested in it, use code Cage Makeup. And it makes the palette about 27 bucks. So the the Primal palette from Blend Bunny will only be like 27 and some change with shipping and taxes after you use Karen's code. So I suggest getting it because it's a great deal, and it'll introduce you to the brand's form and you get an idea. So that way when color stories that are more colorful and different come out, you might be interested in getting them and you've already tried the formula. Now we're going to put on Uncharted. Ooh, yes. I think this is probably like my favorite one, because I feel like I thought it was going to be way more glittery and reflective and exciting, and it's like kind of toned down, which I'm kind of here for, because I'm like, it's going to be too crazy. So that's what we're working with, girl, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. It's a whole vibe. I'm just like, yes, give it to me, kind of give it to me. So Uncharted, Anomaly, and Cosmos. And you saw swatches on the back of my hand for my skin tone. So let's get into these lip products now, girl. So I'm gonna swatch the lip liners because I don't know if they necessarily gonna work for my skin tone. Both of them, they might not. And then I'm going to compare them to the Scooby-Doo collection, like the lip glosses. Not necessarily lipsticks, because obviously there are no lipsticks, but I want to see how some of the lip glosses are, because they looked somewhat similar when I pulled them up, and I was like, Now with this lip liner, I don't know how well it's gonna work for somebody my skin tone, because when I saw Angie with it, I was just kind of like, I don't know. But yeah, because given like this like orange situation, I don't know how well I'm gonna like that. So that's the lip liner right there, if anyone cared. Oh, can you see? Yeah, so that's the lip liner right there, that orangish, reddish type shade. I guess I draw a little bit on the top so you can see what it looks like on some of my skin tone. So that's what the lip liner looks like. See, it looks like this weird orange type tinge to it. So I'm not necessarily crazy about it. I feel like if you had a fun like orange lipstick, like a burnt orange lipstick, it would look nice with it. But I don't know how I feel with it in this lip gloss. So I'm gonna swatch the gloss on the back of my hand now and we'll see how that's working. You think all would be so tightly compacted in here when I try to pull them out? I'm like, oh good God. It'd be like a whole struggle bus moment just trying to get the gloss out. So okay, so it's very pigmented with color to make up for the fact that I'm assuming they didn't, you know, since they didn't put a lipstick in here. So that's what it looks like. To me, it's giving like a burnt copperish type vibe. So I want to put that against the gloss from the Scooby-Doo and Velma set just to see how they look in comparison. If I remember correctly, this one's much sheerer, but you know, yeah, it's like, okay, so the Velma gloss is a sheerer version of the Ricky gloss, or Rick gloss. I don't know why I keep trying to make him Ricky, like these boys in the hood, but see, like it's just a sheerer version of that, which is what I thought it was going to be. I wasn't 100% sure. I'm not going to try these on my lips right this second. I'm going to like wear one in each eye look because I'm going to try to do 2 eye looks, but you know, we'll see how that goes. But you did get to see the color and the lip liner. So now I'm gonna line my lips with the bottom of my lips with the other lip liner. I feel like that one, if I remember correctly, was more geared toward my skin tone, a little more people of color friendly, which I appreciate. Not that this one necessarily looks bad, it's just, it's, I don't know, I feel like it just has a weird undertone to it that doesn't necessarily look well on my skin tone. Oh good gosh, can I get this top off this pencil? Like y'all, I'm trying to get it off without like breaking the actual top, but I'm telling y'all, like, look, who put this on here? I'm not, like y'all see, I'm not even like over exaggerating. You see me pulling, I'm like pulling and like it's not coming off. I don't know. Okay, see, and exactly what I said was gonna happen was gonna happen because I had to pull it so hard. Like look, yeah, it literally just broke off on me because I had to fight with it so hard just to get it off. Can y'all not put it on so hard next time? Thank you. Okay, so I like this lip liner a whole lot better. I told y'all I thought this one would work better for me. It's just the other one is too orangey and weird tone. So I'm not feeling the tone of that one. I might go ahead and maybe I shouldn't have put this back on y'all because I might be able to get back off. Because honey, that's telling y'all struggle bus. And then it's like you can't put it back in component unless you push it all the way back down. So I guess I'm not putting this one back in there because I'm not going through that again just to get the top off a lip gloss. That is absurd. It's totally absurd. I mean, sorry, lip liner. Okay, yes, so it's a nice berryish type tone color. I'm here for it. It's a whole vibe. Now, I feel like the Daphne lip gloss is going to be too light compared to this one, but I'm still showing because you're here. Oh, this one is more of a sheer one, whereas like that one's more pigmented. Daphne's gloss does have a lot of sparkle in it, but I don't feel like this Morty one is as pigmented as the other one was, the Rick one. I just don't feel like it. So there's a little bit of subtle difference to them, but not too much in my personal opinion. So this is the Rick one from Morty, and then this is the Daphne one. See, I feel like they look pretty similar. So I actually think I'm just gonna go ahead and put, maybe I just put one on the bottom and then one on the top for right now, just so you can see what they look like. And then in each eye look, I'll just do one individually and hopefully they match. I don't think I'm gonna use a lip liner though, just because it's not doing what I wanted to do. But there's Morty on the bottom. And now we'll just put Rick on the top. It's not as pigmented when you put it on as it looks in the bottle, which is interesting. I'm interested to see what this is going to look like on top of the Velma lipstick. I'm probably going to put it on top of the Velma lipstick and wear it. And then I'll put the Rick one on top of the Daphne lipstick and wear it so we can keep it Glamlite in the family. I just don't necessarily see myself wearing these glosses on their own because they don't give enough pigmentation. But there's Rick at the top. So I'm going to Rick and Morty. And I don't think it looks that bad actually. But it just, the lip liner and the Rick one isn't doing it for me. But I have to say the Morty set is the best except for, oh, I'm sorry, this is the Rick one. I didn't know who Rick and who Morty was. So this is the Rick one, apparently, the purple one. See, I had it all wrong. And then the orange one is Morty. See, I told you I don't know anything about the show to the point where I thought, you know, one was one and one was the other one. Child, whole hot mess. So let's get into the palette because I'm sure that's what y'all came here for. Y'all was like, that other stuff is cheaper. Where's the palette, girl? Yes, y'all know I got you. So here's the palette. And y'all know I got my comparisons ready. So I had to open it up and go through before I came on camera to make sure that they looked similar. So there's 30 shades in this palette. I'm going to start off with the Culture palette from Juvia's Paste to compare it to. So back you on up a little bit so you can have a little bit more space for these comparisons because these palettes are so damn big. So here's Rick and Morty alongside the, what do you call it? The Culture palette, the original one. This is one that's currently on sale at Ulta for 30% off. This is what they look like side by side. I don't feel like they look similar, but I figured I am here, you're here, we're all here so I can show it. Then I have, of course, the Culture 2 palette. I've done like 3 or 4 looks with this and I've really been enjoying it. I always love the Culture collection from them. Like, I love the colors. I feel like this one did have some similar colors to it, like they have been changed around. Like if y'all notice, the purple, it's a weird purple pastel looking tone here, whereas in the Rick and Morty one it's a blue one. They have some of the same purples or pinkish purple fuchsia type shades in here when it comes to the mattes, but I feel like a lot of shimmers aren't the same, and the majority of the mattes aren't the same. They have that weird shade. They have a shade called Fufu in here that's really similar to that weird darker shade toward the bottom of this palette that looks like a blackish charcoal deep greenish type shade. So I feel like they had a couple of similar shades. You'll probably see them better when I do my what do you call them, my reel or my shorts, if you will. Next I have the 777 palette from Plain and Mega by Yolanda. So here's what they look like side by side. At first I was like, this one looks similar to it, but it has so many more greens than this one does. And I've never understood why there's so many greens in this palette, because I was like, that's a lot of green. I like green, but I was like, good lord. So here's what they look like side by side. This is definitely one of those palettes I would condense, like in that video I made where I talk about why palettes should be small. And of course y'all know we had to compare it against the Scooby-Doo palette, because I saw one of the people I follow on Instagram, her name is Missile, I forget her last part of her handle. It starts with an A, but she had compared like this palette alongside some other palettes, and she got it up quick. I thought, I was like, okay girl, you got it up with quickness. I was like, okay, I'm here for it, it's a vibe. But this is what they look like side by side. So I feel like they have a decent amount of similar shades. I wouldn't say they're exact, but quite a few of them seem to be similar, at least in my personal opinion. But those are all the palettes I have to show to compare to this one. I might have some more in the reel. You just have to wait and see. Not reel, what's the thing called? Shorts. But you just have to wait and see. So let me zoom in real quick and cute light. If you're curious what's on my eyes right now, I already told you about the palette and what's going on with that. What's underneath my waterline though is the, what is that palette? The what's the woman's name? The Victoria Beckham eyeliner that I just bought recently when I did the cream bronzer or cream contour stick in that. So that's what's going on underneath the eyes right here. But I'm gonna go off camera, get my life in order, get an eye look, then I'll be right back. Okay girl? Okay. Okay y'all, so I was gonna try to upload this last night, but I ended up just deciding to wait and do it today. So we're just gonna try the setting spray now because I have finished my whole face. As you can see, I have, what is it? Anomaly is down the middle of my face. Sorry, Cosmos is down the middle of my face. Anomaly and Uncharted on both sides of my face. As you can see, the extra glimmer and sparkle. And the blush I have on is the, what do you call it? I have on the Daphne blush from the Scooby-Doo collection. So let's shake her up. And then spray again. Oh! Now I see what Karen means. Oh, honey, it hits you in the face for real. So I'm just gonna let that dry down. I normally press it in, but I'm gonna just let it dry down and see how it works on its own today. So at the end of the night, I'll leave in the comment section how that worked out. But you know, right now I'm just letting you see that we sprayed it, and the highlighter is quite reflective. Now I'm gonna give you an eye look for real, okay? Okay, y'all, so this is the eye I came up with. And I put on the Velma lipstick from the Scooby-Doo collection, and then I have on the with Morty lip gloss and a Lunar Beauty lip liner, because y'all know I didn't like the color of lip liner. I thought it was interesting. So I kind of stuck to this little section here. I have these two on. I had this on. I have this on. I use these two shimmers right here. Sorry, these three shimmers right here, and that's pretty much this look. So let's get into it, girl. So I'm starting off with that peachy neutralish shade, since that's the only kind of neutral shade I have, girl. And as you can see, it's quite pigmented, which I was shocked about because I didn't think it was gonna be that pigmented on me. But I'm like, okay, I'm here for it. It's a vibe. She's cute. She's cute. We'll go ahead and, you know, use it. And I like the extra pastel-y airbrush look and effect it gives by putting it on first and then, you know, going into the rest of it. So I'm like, yes, I'm here for it. I like it. It's cute little moment. So and that's really that shit. Sorry about the emergency vehicle in the background. Y'all know I can't do much about that. Okay. Now we're gonna get into the green shade. So I'm gonna just take that green at the very bottom. So put on the outer V and just kind of start patting it on the outer V here. Y'all, it's so many great sales for 4th of July coming up. Like, if you want to try the new Aloha palette that my girl Karen Harris used, you can go to Clarity's website right now, and it's 30% off, even though that just dropped. So you can hook that up for sale. Then there's and they say they not, I think they said they weren't bringing it back or something like that, like it's limited time. So if you want to get it, I guess you should go ahead and get your hands on it. You can watch Karen's video to see about the quality. I don't know. You don't have to use code Cage Makeup since the site is 30% off. There's always a code that they put in for you to get the palette. So I'm debating if I should get it or not, because it's a little nice rainbow palette. I like to support me a black on brand, and plus I feel like, you know, not that necessarily add something to my collection, but I feel like their shimmers are really nice. So it's like, you know, that would be a nice addition. Okay, so working with that. Now I know this is gonna be weird because I'm gonna cover it up later, but I'm doing to one side what I did to the other one. I put this orange on top of this shade before I went into my crease shade, which was the green. So I'm gonna just do it again, even though we're gonna cover it up, because, you know. But I did add some more to the back of the eye towards the end of doing this look, to kind of give a unique airbrushed effect to the outer V, as opposed to just adding more of the same color on. I like the way it turned out, so it's might be a new technique I start using in these videos. It was just literally something I tried at the last minute, because I was like, well, I wanted to use the orange, and I did use the orange. And then I covered up the orange with the glitter glue when I, you know, cut the crease to put the shimmers on the lids. I was like, let's put it back on and see how it looks. And I was like, oh, okay, I like the way that looks. We can do that more often. So now I'm going to that bright, you know, neon-y acid green, one of my favorite types of tones. And we're just gonna start up here and around. Y'all, I'm loving how pigmented these colors are for some of my skin tone, because y'all know it's hard for colors like this to show up on people. My skin tone actually stay the tone they are. I feel like they fade away or get darker. So these are some of the best neonish looking shades I've tried that don't really oxidize too bad on some of my skin tone. And I didn't even use white base. I literally just used the Kaleidos base. So I'm feeling like if I use the white base, they pop even more, and they're popping pretty nicely down. So okay, Glamlite, I see you, girl. My battery's about to die in a second, y'all, so I'm gonna just cut the crease off camera with some glitter glue, get a battery, and then I will come back and we will finish off this first eye look, because y'all know I gotta do one more, but this is the first one. And so far, I mean, I'm liking her. She's cute. She's cute. Okay, y'all, I got my glitter glue on. Let's start off with the orange for the back of the eye. So I'll start with the orange right here. And I usually, what I'm saying about how I like put it on there, but then I completely just covered it up when I put the orange shimmer on. But I always have a tendency to like put it too far like back. So I'm gonna put it like right here, the orange, and it will mesh nicely. Y'all, I'm about to have like a haul coming up soon because I'm getting a whole bunch of stuff during these 4th of July sales. I'm not even gonna front. I'm like just out here. They had fragrances 30% off. I was like, yes, give it to me. Then now I'm taking the green, and then they have stuff on Sephora on sale. And I'm like, yes, give it to me. So I'm just getting all the stuff. I need this all. I mean, the green just kind of mirror the shades together. Then I'm gonna go back over with the orange, obviously, to kind of smooth it over a little bit more, make it look a little more even. Did y'all hear about that guy here in Chicago that ended up being killed after he punched the lady and her son came and defended her? Everybody I know was like, she need to relocate because he still had family, and you know, they might feel the need to, you know, avenge his life he was. So they were saying that her and her son just need to relocate from Chicago and go somewhere else. I'm like, I agree, like get aliases and start like a new life. Like I would suggest going far, like go to Alaska, y'all, or go to like Hawaii. Like go somewhere far away that's not close to the 50 states, because I'm just like you're not going to be safe. Okay, so now let's start with the orange shade again. So if I told y'all I just kind of like dusted it on the back over here to kind of even out the highlight beaming, but I just dusted the orange over here to, you know, give a kind of like airbrushed effect, and it gives a nice ombre to the outer V. So I'm kind of feeling it. You know, it's a cute little vibe. You know, I'm gonna have to do it a little more often there because it's cute. Now I don't think I'm gonna put on any colorful eyeliner, although I am tempted to put on a blue one. To like bring some blue into this look, so I might do that before I, you know, take this off and take my look at me. I think I'm sexy pictures because y'all know I gotta do the thumbnail. I'm gonna try to put this up tonight as opposed to tomorrow, so I'm gonna try to have it up by like 8, 9 o'clock as like a bonus video, so that way my other content isn't interfered with and y'all not really seeming to feel the video fatigue, which I don't get because everybody talks about how they love the eye look, but as soon as you got like the video of how I did the eye look, y'all don't want to watch it. I'm confused. I don't, child. Anyway, I'm going to this shade down. That's gonna be our inner corner shade, and then I'm gonna go put on this blue eyeliner and, you know, take the look at me. I think I'm sexy photos. But I think this turned out really nicely. It gives some unique and weird color combinations, which I'm here for. Now for this next look, I'm sorry, I have to use this shade right here. It's just so weird, I have to. And then I'm gonna try to go into like some of these weird shades down here. So I want to do kind of like a bluish turquoise green, like purple look. And then for one of my Instagram pictures another day, I'm thinking I'll just do like a pink and purple look. Because I would push it to 3 looks, but I'm like, I don't know if I feel like doing 3 looks a day and still filming other stuff, and I still want to get some other stuff filmed, and I know I can just give y'all like an Instagram look tomorrow for it. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Anyway, I'll be right back. Here we are, y'all, back at it again. Eye look number 2. So I used the colors that I told y'all about, and I'm here for it. As you can see, I changed the lip as well, so I have the Rick gloss set. And I actually just put on the gloss and didn't put a lipstick underneath it. Because at first I was going to put the Daphne lipstick underneath it, but I was like, let's just see how it looks on its own. So this is what we're working with, the full lipstick and lip liner. So I use these 2 shades. I used this shade right here, this one up here, this dark purple right here. Y'all know I had to use this shade because it was stunning, and I think that's pretty much it. I'll show anything else if I use anything else. Y'all usually have my eyeshadow primer on. One of my friends called me while I was trying to shoot this second eye look, and I was like, Lord, let me make it and, you know, still be able to go outside and take a look at me. I think I'm sexy picture, because I'm gonna post on Instagram and let y'all know this video is live when I finally do get my life in order. The shade I told y'all I was excited to use, I had to use this one right here. So let's just get into it. Start patting it everywhere. That was amazing how pigmented like all these shades were. Which I don't know why, because it's not like I've been using Glamlite for a while and noticed they're usually pigmented, but I don't know. I guess I thought because it was so light and so weird that they wouldn't like translate as well on me as they do on the skin tone. I haven't seen anybody else my skin tone use this palette yet. So that's why. I mean, I know Karen used hers because she had got a PR like the day they launched it. So I've seen someone with a tan skin tone use it, but not like, you know, a brown skin girl usually, basically. But they're impressing me, so I'm like, okay, it's a vibe. And with this lip, honey, it's giving and I'm living. Thank you. It's giving and I am living. I'm loving this shade, y'all. Like, I think it's so cool and weird. I love weird shades like this. If y'all had noticed, I think there's a similar shade like this in the Blueberry Muffin palette, if I remember correctly. I recently gave y'all a why you don't need video with it. So now I'm going to that dark purple I showed you. I'm gonna start putting it on out of you, honey. I know Karen made a couple of really nice looks that I was here for, so I'm like, during the week when I have to get ready for work, I plan on recreating one of Karen's looks because it was fire. I asked, I was like, what is on your eyes? I need the details. You need to tell me now. And I ran over there to watch her video in this palette because I was just like, yes, Karen, I need to know. I need to see the inside and how everything's working and how it's looking. So I definitely was over there like just all on Karen's page, just looking at the video. And she did a really nice I think what they call flat lay of the palette, so I was here for it. And I'm loving the color combinations that I'm getting out of this, because I feel like I'm getting fun, unique, and weird color combinations, and I love stuff like that. Because y'all know I love me like crazy colorful eyes, so when I can get a weird colorful look that I feel like is somewhat unique. I mean, this to me is somewhat unique, not like super unique for me, because y'all know I'll put weird and crazy colors together, so it's not like it's super unique and crazy, but like, you know, it's still fun for me. So now we're gonna take the shade down here, which again is another shade I had to use. I'm loving all the weirdish looking shades in here, and I'm just like, yes, I need to use them all. I'm like, calm down, girl. You can't literally use them all. I was thinking about doing like 3 looks in this video just because I was so excited, but I'm like, I don't want to push it, especially because it's golden hour is like leaving drastically, and stopping to talk to my friend about setting powders and all that stuff is, you know, a lot. But she just got a $100 gift card to Sephora, so she had asked me about powders a while ago, and I was like, okay. She has oily skin, so I probably should have recommended her the Huda Beauty one, but she said like she doesn't like banana powders, and I'm like, I don't think there's a Huda Beauty shade that would work on someone her skin tone that isn't whatever. So I just told her to get the new Patrick Star one, because Auntie Tina said it is fire. I have it in my cart right now. I'm trying to make sure I get all the stuff on sale that I want from Sephora during the 4th of July sale. So I had it in my cart. I got 30% off the Dose fragrance by Rosie. It's one of my favorite vanilla fragrances, so I was like, yes, I need it. Thank you so much. It smells amazing. And so I bought that for 30% off, which is better than Sephora, because you know they usually only give you a 20% off code. So I was like, shout out to my girl Beauty Deals BFF as usual. She posts every week like the sales and stuff she finds to the week, and I found that fragrance thanks to her, and I made sure I used her link when I bought it, because you gotta support the plug. I was like, let me support the plug and use her code. Now I want to try, what is it called, milk or sweet milk by Ellis Brooke. So I'm gonna start off with this dark purple shade right here, and then I topped it with this shade right here on the lid, and this is the same shade we're gonna put in the inner corner, and then this shade right here next to the purple we put toward the front of the eye. So that's what's going on with that. I'll probably just start rambling about more sales. So they have a 30% off sale at Ace Beauty right now. They just sent me an email with a code in it. It said like 435 is like the discount that you use to get the 35% off. So I'm like, okay, say less. I mean, I need to get another Tropical Vibes. Y'all sound mine has been broken to just pieces. Like, I got one shade that showed up that was missing, and another shade ended up cracking. I don't know what it is with their palettes. I know what some of you all said you never had that issue, but y'all clearly seen mine, and I feel like I always have that issue. I don't know why, but my SBT palettes just be showing up broken, and I be feeling disrespected. Like, I just feel disrespected. Okay, so now I'm gonna take my finger and just put that shade I showed you and tap it in, and like, look how that just amped up the look. Like, cause it was more like of a shade up on the satiny side, so I wasn't necessarily excited about that, but I just happened to swatch this one to see where I wanted to put it on my eye, and then I just swatched it over top of this, and I was like, ooh, yes. Like, it just gives something extra to it. I feel like it's like the eyeshadow version of the highlighter that I have on my cheeks, so I was definitely here for that. Now we're gonna go into the shade next to it and just put that towards the front of the eye. Ooh, look at that. Yes, it's like a weird goldish, like lavender grayish undertone type situation, but you know, I'm here for it. It's a whole vibe for me, so I'm just okay, like, yeah, let's get to it. It looks good and I'm here for it. So plus it looks like a nice little transition when you turn your head with the colors, and y'all know I'm all about making my own dual chrome, multi-chrome situation. So you know, I was going to do that. I'm just using whatever's on this brush to bring back that color again. Same thing with the, well, I might have to dip into this one a little bit more just to get a little bit more of the color. I love that color though. It's like so weird because it's like blue. It's like a powder blue mixed with like gray undertone or something going on. I don't know, but I'm here for it. It's a whole experience. Now we're gonna take the shade next to that one because I'm gonna do what I did in the first look. The shade right here. We're gonna take her and put it toward the back of the eye to marry like the shimmer and the matte situation together and give a little like ombre outer V situation, which I think looks kind of cool. Sorry, the brush fell on the floor, so there's like lint on it, so I'm trying to sit over here and pull it off. Yeah, I'm literally just putting it like right over there because it gives a cool ombre effect to your outer V, which I hadn't thought about to do recently until I used the orange in this palette and then covered it up with the shimmer, and I was like, no, we need to see the orange, so then I just put it back there. And now it's like, I'm probably gonna be doing this a lot, so I'm not even gonna front, like, be used to seeing me do this extra step or just adding the extra outer V shade because I just have to be extra ridiculous like that. But you know, I feel like it gives something extra to my look, so I'm here for it. I'm just taking a little bit of the purple because I felt like it looked a little patchy right in this part where you see me rubbing the brush, so she looks better now. I'm here for it. It's a moment. It's a vibe. I'm gonna try to rush outside and get a picture for this one. So I don't think I'm gonna do a third look. I was thinking about doing one. I'm gonna take the same sage you saw dip on, dabble on top of the purple, and put in the corner here real quick. So this is the finished eye look, y'all. I think it's sexy. I really want to do another look, so I might try to push for it and just not put that one in the thumbnail. That'd be a surprise look for you because I really want to do a third look with the pink and the purple, or the pink and the blue, I should say. I might do pink, blue, and purple because I can use the lighter purple. I can use some of these fun blues, and then I can just use a couple pink tones in there. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I will finally get the video done. So this probably ain't going up to like 9 o'clock, girl. I know I'm a hot mess. Be right back. Okay, y'all, so this is the last eye look with the palette. So I just wanted to use the remaining colors that I didn't use. So I kind of just stuck to these over here. So we have this in the crease. This is our transition shade. We use these two shimmers here. This shimmer right here. This navy blue down here I finally used. And oh yeah, I mixed these two blues together. So I've used just about a good majority of the shades in this palette, so let's get into it. So I'm starting with this hot pink shade. I was concerned if I should use this as my transition shade or not, but I was just like, screw it, we're gonna do it. Because I felt like there weren't like a lot of shades in here that would work great as transition shades, but this turned out pretty nice. I feel like it gives it an extra like pop and like effects to the eye look that I feel like I wouldn't have had normally, so I'm just like, yeah. I got to go through my makeup collection this weekend. One of my friends at work, his wife is just getting into makeup. Or is it his wife or his daughter? I forgot which one. But he was saying she's just getting into it. So I was like, okay, what type of stuff does she like? And he's like, since she's just getting into it, just give her anything. And I was just like, oh, okay. So I got to go through some stuff, grab it out. I had grabbed some stuff and brought it with me Thursday to work because it's Friday night now. And he forgot to take it with him when he left. Like, he didn't even ask me about it. I'm just like, I'm thinking in my mind, probably because I didn't have anything necessarily to do with him, so he didn't think about it anymore. But I brought the stuff and it was in my car, but next to the navy blue shade, so that's why he didn't get it. But I'm trying to make sure, like when he comes in to work Monday, that I have him take it with him. Because I know his son's birthday is coming up. And he said his son wants an Oculus like, you know, Adriangameover has. So he was like, they're gonna go ahead and get it. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm excited. I didn't know they sold them in store because I was asking him. He was like, his friend wants him to give it to him as a surprise. my friend was saying his son wants me to give it to him as a surprise, and he wants like it in person, not like ordered online and then they like, you know, just show up whenever it shows up type thing. So I was asking, I didn't know they sold them in store. I asked him, like, they have it in store? And he's like, yeah, they sell them at Target. He said you used to just sell it like Best Buy and GameStop, but now you can just go into a Target store and get it. So I was like, oh, okay. See, I didn't know like they did stuff like that. So I was just like, okay, cool. So y'all, I wasn't sure about the pink, but I'm definitely like feeling it now that I have it on the eyes. So now I'm going to the shade with the face of Morty in it. I found out who Rick and Morty actually are as far as character wise because of the lip gloss kit, because otherwise I'd have been calling them by the wrong names, because I told y'all I have never watched this show, so I know nothing of it. I know like clips of it come up on TikTok sometimes when my son is like going through his TikTok like For You page thing or whatever, but I've never watched or know anything about this show. But I'm really loving the sexy blown outness of this look. I'm like, yes, give it to me. Give it to me. It's definitely giving them. I'm living like, look at this. This is, I feel like this is definitely going to get some other color palettes run for its money. Because I mean, like, the color story of the palette looks weird, but I feel like I still get like really nice looks out of it. As you can see, I didn't change my lip because this lip goes fine with this eye just like it did with the last one. That's why I tried to do the dark lip last, because I was like, I feel like it's going to, the dark lips are going to go with more of the looks I like to do, because we know I prefer like cool tone looks and deeper, like smokier, crazier looks, if you will. So I felt like dark lip would just work better for me, and it works out that it works out better for me because y'all know the lip liner for the first one is not it for me. And I'm not necessarily crazy about that gloss. Like, I think I prefer the one in the Velma one because it's like it's a little pigmented, but I don't know. It's just something about like the one that's supposed to be more on the nude side that I don't like. So I'm glad I got, you know, both or whatever. So what I did was I started off with this blue, since it's more of the satin side, and then I put this glittery fun one on top. So I've been doing that with a lot of shades, like the ones that are satiny that I'm not necessarily feeling. I'll just put like a fun shimmery shade on top. And then I did this pink, and then I put this pink on top, if I remember correctly, and then I just stuck this in the inner corner, and I put this in the inner corner as well. So I kind of just jumped around and combined stuff. Matter of fact, no, I didn't put this shade on top of it this time. I just put this on. I had swatched on the back of my hand like that and thought I was gonna do it, but then I was like, no. So let's start off with the blues like I talked about. And I've really been enjoying this new method that I use where I put on the outer V, the what do you call it? The shade. The extra shade to just give some color, because I feel like it gives like an ombre outer V, which looks really cool, and it still like covers and pairs nicely with whatever shimmer I'm trying to airbrush out and give it a more transition and smooth look. So as you can see, that's giving a more satin vibe, and y'all know me, I want to be glittery, sparkly, extra. So I'm taking that second shade now and just putting it on top to get that extra sparkle and glitter. And one of the things that sucks is when I've been taking off these eye looks, I just got a whole bunch of glitter all over my face now, because all the shades are really glitter. Well, the majority of shades I've been using and combining and glittery and sparkly. So I'm like, I just got a whole bunch of glitter on my lids now, but I don't care, it's fine. So now let's go into that pink shade that's next to the purple with Morty's face in it. I'm just gonna take that pink and start putting these together. Kind of pairing and transition in the shades, if you will. Like so. I don't know what's up with neighbor's dog and why it keeps barking, but I'm just, I cannot, like, the guy hasn't even come to mow the lawn yet. He's not coming till tomorrow, so it's like, I don't know why you're, you know, doing that. But yeah, so that's how we look. And I'm gonna put a little bit more of the purple just in the crease to give a little more definition towards the front right here. Y'all know I love to do that. Now we're gonna do with the outer V shade. So I took the one with the flying saucer in it, this one, and I just put that toward the back to do that ombre effect I've been talking about just now. So I'm literally just gonna run it over here, and I just feel like it gives looks something a little extra and fun. So I was like, why not? Like ombre outer V. Now we went to the corner shades I talked about. So I took the light pink next to the pink I just put on the lid. And I popped that. I'm in the corner like this. And it's nice, got a little satin kind of like finish to it, as you can see. And then I put the more colorful one with a little bit more sparkle on top of it. Just get a little extra oomph to look, and this is what we're working with. And a cute little pink eyeliner because I thought it would match nice with the crease shade. So let's back on up and talk about my thoughts. So I feel like my thoughts are obvious. I'm obsessed with this palette. I mean, I did 3 looks, and y'all know I usually stop at like 1 or maybe 2, but I did like 3 whole looks, and I did like an eye on camera each time and everything. So I love this palette. This is probably one of my favorite palettes that Glamlite has ever come out with as far as formula and cover story. I'm definitely loving the looks I got out of this one. As far as the lip kits go, I'm not a fan of the Morty lip kit, but I do like the Rick lip kit. So if I had to pick one, I would pick the Rick one. I just hate that it took so much to get the lip liner off, because I'm telling y'all, like y'all saw how hard I struggled with that top, honey. It was ridiculous. Okay, I could not. The highlighter palette, where is it? I really like the highlighter palette too, because I think it's fun when you want to do summer sparkly looks. Plus, if you go into like raves or like, you know, you're into fairish type makeup, I feel like this would be great for you. So I like that. The only thing I'm not necessarily crazy about the setting spray either, but I think it's just because of the way the sprayer is made and how it comes out. I'm not feeling that. I wish they had did lipsticks and lip glosses and just left the lip liners out, but you know, I guess that's okay. You know, it's fine. I got plenty of lipsticks from them. I get plenty of lipsticks in general, so it's not that big a deal. I do like the Morty lip set though, so if I had, sorry, the Rick lip set, because if I did have to pick one, I would pick the Rick one. I like the highlighter set. I would pass on the setting spray personally, just because of the way the sprayer works, and there's so many other setting sprays out there. If you just want it as a novelty thing, or you just want to try their formula, then go ahead and get it. But my recommendations are the Rick lip kit, the highlighter, and of course the eyeshadow palette. So those are my thoughts on the collection. I was very impressed with it. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl.